In search of the perfect acoustic guitar sound for stage. Okay, it's like the holy grail. I've been using this Stonebridge made by Furch acoustic guitar as my main instrument on stage for a number of years now. It's fitted with K&K Pure Minis. The sound has been okay. The best sound I ever had actually was with using Bias FX2 on an iPad running on an iTrack dock from Focusrite. Problem with that is twofold, really. Um, Editing the parameters on Bias FX2 for some weird reason, for example, the amount of reverb mix you want in the blend. If you go from 0 to 1, it's on, and if you go from 1 to 2, it's really on. There doesn't seem to be much subtlety in the low end of those dials. So I was having real trouble getting the blend of different effects. And the second reason was I wanted to process my voice on a separate channel. Can't do that with Bias FX2. It doesn't allow you to have two independent inputs and outputs. So I had to run an older version of Bias FX as a separate instance at the same time and use that for the vocal effects, which worked, but it meant that I then had to use Audio Bus to blend the two together. And it also meant that I had to control it by my foot pedal, my Line 6 FBV. That meant I had to be absolutely sure that both started on the correct patch when they started up. It was just one of those things. It's a bit of a recipe for disaster. So I moved to the TC Helicon Voice Live 3, which enables me to do all those things very easily, switch patches with different settings for the guitar and the voice. However, the sound for the guitar, like every single foot pedal, multi-effects foot pedal I've ever tried for acoustic guitar, they just seem to suck the tone out of them. I don't know why. I've never found one that sounds great with an acoustic guitar. Tried the Boss AD10, and actually the K&K pickups, which are passive, overloaded the input, so go figure. So if any manufacturer out there wants to make a really good effects pedal for an acoustic guitar, please let me know, because I would love to find one. In the meantime, I thought, let's try this. I found that doing some research online after speaking to an engineer at a recent festival who was telling me he didn't find my guitar sound particularly awesome, and I agree. And I thought really maybe it's time I did something about that. So I thought I would try the NV Tone. I looked online and all the videos I could find seemed to be sponsored or seemed to be endorsed. They weren't unbiased as far as I could tell. So I thought, oh, well, okay, but these videos did praise this, speak very highly of this microphone. And a guy called John Gom, who I vaguely know in the UK from years ago, he's a great guitar player. He's using it. I think he's endorsing it. He says he's got them on all his acoustics. So I thought, okay, let's give it a go. Let's try it. So I ordered one, and it arrived a couple of days ago, and I've just had time to mess around with it. Putting it inside the guitar, I found it needed to be quite far down inside the guitar to not sound really thin. And the position of the mic, I've pointed it into the far corner of the guitar. That took a little bit of fiddling around to get the best sound. It doesn't seem to make a great deal of difference where it's pointed. It's an omnidirectional mic. The thing that made the difference was how far inside the guitar it was. Okay, so to make the review fair, I have hooked up my K&K Pure Minis into one channel of the interface. I have hooked up this Shure KSM 32 microphone in the room to give you a natural guitar sound. I discovered in my cupboard an old Lavalier microphone that I bought several years ago for $50 on eBay, and that's run with battery. It's also phantom powered, as is the NV Tone. And I've strapped the Lavalier right next to the NV Tone just to have something to compare. It's also the Sony is also omnidirectional. So my style, I bang the bridge quite a lot when I'm playing rhythmically, but I also play fingerstyle on some songs. So I have a wide dynamic range of playing. So I'm probably asking a lot of a guitar to give me the sound I want. Anyway, here are the different sources playing the same part. So all of them are recording at the same time, 4 channels, and I will mark up each one as it comes along for you to hear. See what you think. Okay, I kept playing the same chord there, realizing that probably need to give a little bit of time for each source to be marked. I play something a little less violent. Okay, let's just try some. With a slightly out of tune guitar, apologies for that. Okay, so here's some finger picking. Okay, so when I export these files and obviously put them in the video with a tag to tell you which file is which, I hope there's enough of everything for you to see. I'm not going to do one of those things, guess which track is which. What do I think about the sound? I am disappointed, to be honest. I was expecting it to be better than it is. I think for the money, it's not great. I've not got a DPA or a Shaw or any other instrument mic to compare it with, but I'm disappointed. I think the sound is harsh, it's brittle, it seems to overload very easily on the capsule. On the interface, the gain is turned completely down. So, okay, it's a very hot signal. It's giving plenty of signal, which I suppose is a good thing. But I think the capsule's overloading when I hit my guitar hard. I don't think the definition is great. When the strumming is going on, you can hear a kind of, it's just a kind of a distortion, I don't know, some kind of saturation. And I think the frequency range it's just weird. It just doesn't sound open. It doesn't sound great. I wouldn't buy another one. I guess if I manage to find a way to blend it with the K&K's and give it the right kind of EQ and compression and whatever, I can make it work, and it will bring a more natural sound to the K&Ks, which obviously K&Ks, especially when you hear them in this context, straight into the computer, they just sound, fairly lifeless and like any piezo mic, obviously. But I am disappointed. So I don't know if there's a better acoustic guitar mic inside a guitar like that you're aware of. Let me know. I mean, we've got LR Baggs Anthem, you've got Fishman, you've got all sorts of other manufacturers making guitar mics, and people swear by this one or that one. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I've got too much expectation or something, because I want to be able to play fingerstyle and I want to be able to thrash the guitar. But it's one of those things that's it's tricky. To be honest, I'm moving towards not the iPad again because it's too much hassle, but probably using a multi-channel audio interface and a MacBook running either VST Live or MainStage, because then I can use all my beautiful plugins. For example, why is there no guitar pedal that has a reverb that doesn't sound like it's coming out of tin cans? I don't get it. You can buy what's it called, Valhalla, for VST or audio unit for €50, and it sounds incredible. It's lush, it's warm, it's deep, and it just sounds really, really gorgeous. But all the reverbs on foot pedals, to me, so far that I've played with, just sound metallic and not natural. And especially when you're playing delicate fingerstyle and you just want this beautiful sort of roomy sound there. Anyway, that's enough. That was my review of the MV Tone. I hope it's useful to you. I will be doing some reviews of various bits and pieces, only stuff that I buy for me. I'm not sponsored in any way, except for Ahaji Guitars, who have very kindly given me the guitar, which I'm going to fit or I had planned to fit the NV Tone to. I think I still will, if I can get it working balanced nicely with the K&Ks. But if you found this useful, please subscribe. And do make comments. Do let me know if you've got one of these pickups and you're getting a better result than me. Tell me how. Or if you've got a different pickup or a different microphone system inside your guitar and are getting a great result, please let me know how, because I would love to know. Yeah, thanks for watching. Here's a postscript. When I was editing the audio files for this, I came to really find that the sound of the NV Tone, I really don't like it. I think it's, well, dare I say, it's horrible. I don't know. Okay, no EQ, no compression, nothing. But it just sounds honky. And really, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to maybe try repositioning the mic again. But of course, to do that, you've got to kind of, loosen all the strings and blah, blah, blah. But I'm just not finding it doing anything that I like. And actually, I think with some clever EQ, the old Sony, which actually has got some noise happening to it, but the Sony could sound better. So it makes me think that there might be a lav mic out there that's that could be used for this. I don't know. I'm really disappointed now that I've listened through to the files. And, okay, the Shure microphone in front of the guitar is not in the optimum place for recording. It doesn't sound great, but it sounds all right, But when you hear the NV Tone Swan, it doesn't sound great. I don't know, what is it? Help me out, somebody.